Hello and welcome to David's World. Today, as we are a little bit bored, I thought I'd do something that I was going to do ages ago but never got round to doing. I'm going to talk about solar panels. Boy, everybody is now switched off and going, what can we possibly learn from solar panels? They're too expensive, they're not worth it, but you are missing out on something. Come here, come here, come closer, and I'll explain solar panels and why I got them years ago. Now, yes, they are a lot of money. Let's just get that out of the window. £4,000-5,000 is, to many people, a lot of money. But here is the real way to look at them. Now, what I did when I was thinking about doing this was that I made a little list of my thought on this subject and how you can work it out on how much they really will cost and how much benefit that you can get back to cover that cost, because you do get something back. You are not just buying something that does not actually earn you money or gives you value of stuff that you are getting back. The panels generate electricity, so therefore they have a direct link to how much you spend on your electricity. And you're going, yeah, but that's a lot of money to spend out for maybe a little bit each month. Yes, it may sound that, but this isn't a short-term item. This is a long-term item. So, let's look. And I should have memorized this, but I didn't. Right. If you take it, a 2 kilowatt system probably comes between £3,000 and £4,000. A 3 kilowatt between 4 and 6, depending on the type of solar panels you get and who you get to fit them. So it's best, once again, to shop around. You are guaranteed by government law here in the UK to get money back from the electricity company. You get money back in two ways. One, it's called a feed-in tariff, which pays you for all the kilowatt hours you produce. On top of that, you have an export tariff, which technically they've calculated as half of what you generate will go to the grid. So technically it goes back down the cables to them and they sell it. But the thing comes is that they can't measure how much electricity they get and you use from the panels. So it is quite easy, I'll put that down for the sec, for you to generate 3 kilowatts of power and use all of that 3 kilowatts of power. You will still be paid the feed-in tariff and the generate tariff. And you're going, that doesn't sound quite right. Yeah, because they can't measure it. There's not a meter that says this is how much power you're sending back to them, so they can't measure how much you're giving them. But it's guaranteed. So you go, right, how are we going to work out how much this is going to cost us? Right, here's the calculation for you. Take the total cost, the £2,000 or the £5,000 or whatever it is for you to get a system on your roof. And don't skimp on the solar panels themselves. Mine, the ones that I got, were actually £50 more than another set that I had, but I only have 8 panels. But they last longer and they're more efficient and they produce more electricity than the other panels, so they last longer. So I went for the dearer panels and a good box. So use that. So take the total cost and divide it by 20 years. Why 20 years? This is how long the guaranteed money from the government will be paid to you for. So you will guarantee to get feed-in and the export tariff for 20 years. So therefore you want to say, right, just looking at them two figures, how much am I going to get? Well, that's the harder one to say. But we're going to take the total cost. We have 20 years. That gives us the cost per year. So 4,000 divided by 20 or 2,000 divided by 20. You have the yearly cost for you to pay for them for the next 20 years. They will last longer than that and they will produce electricity past that. But let's just look at 20 years. Now, if you're looking at a £4,000 system divided by 20 years, that is £200 a year. If you divide it again by 52, you will then get £3.84, which is your weekly price. So, you need the panels to earn you somewhere near £3.84 to break even. Now, or £200 a year. Either one of those figures works, but let's just go. So, every week we need £3.84 to be made and earned or saved. Because you are saving. If you produce 3 kilowatts, 3 units worth of electricity, and you use them using the solar power energy, you are not buying those units from your supplier. So therefore, whatever your current tariff is and your unit price currently is, if you're paying 20 pence a unit, you instantly, for them 3 units, are saving 60 pence. But on top of that, you are earning the feed-in tariff and the export tariff on top of that, so that comes together is the weekly is that, and that's only for a day. If you, when you multiply it up, you know, £3.84 divided by 7, you know, it's about 60 pence, isn't it? Something like that. I didn't work out that one, but you're looking at it comes into the pence range. So it's much easier to say, well, all I have to do is produce X number of units at this price and it covers it. But remember, your feed-in tariff amount, your export tariff amount and your unit price, you need all 3, because 1 unit technically gives you all 3. So you could have 20 pence a unit, you could have 4.77 pence a kilowatt for your export, and you could have 14.36 pence a kilowatt for your feed-in tariff. So therefore 1 unit is about 38, almost 39 pence a unit. So to get to maybe 60 pence a day, you need less than 2 units to be generated. Now, of course, in winter, less units are generated because the sun's out less and it comes up later and it's duller. But in summer, you can earn and generate much, much more. So, over the whole of the time, I just have to remove my address. This is, you can get your feed-in tariff and things sent every 3 months. I started just doing it once a year. And I keep it for the 6 weeks holidays, so I use the money during the 6 weeks holidays. So it's like money that I have. So, for this one, which was actually a couple of years, 16 and 17, I don't know, it doesn't look a lot, but it has gone up a great deal more . because it wasn't all that good that time. But there you go, it didn't matter. I still got, wake up you, I still got £210 just from the feed-in tariff and the export tariff. Now I've just said you could be spending, if you pay a £400,000 system over 20 years, it's £200. So instantly that's already past how much you are spending and need to earn. On top of this bill is all the units at the full price that I saved and didn't use. And yes, it is, because my units that I use a day are fairly low. They look ridiculously low on some days. I can get down to 1 unit of 1 kilowatt hour, 1 unit of power for the whole day. If it's been sunny, that is my overnight or when it gets dark usage. So mostly down to fridge freezers and things which are on 24/7. So when the sun goes down and you don't have it, then you are using it. So I can get down to 1 unit of power being used a day. So 1 unit. And that is a ridiculously low amount. But it's true. So when you look at the solar panels, you are not looking at the total cost, but you do have some other benefits. When you come to sell your house, having solar panels on the roof increases the value of your house, and you could probably just claim the whole lot as an additional price on your house. So if you put £4,000 worth of panels on, you could probably add £4,000 to the selling price. It also would make that your house would be probably easier to sell, because with solar panels on, you have something that's saying, look, you're going to generate some power which is going to cut down your bills and save you money if you buy my house against buying someone who hasn't got them. So it's not solely down to it costs a lot of money, and I agree it does, but over time you actually are making money. You actually will get your money back sooner than you believe, but you don't really want to listen to what the salesman might tell you and say, well, you'll get it back in 6 or 7 years. You will get it back. Prices of electricity go up. Come on, how often has prices of electricity come down? They haven't. Over time periods, they increase in price. Electricity becomes dearer and dearer. Having a solar on your roof means that you can at least remove some of that hit in the future by having it now when the solar panels are quite cheap. There's no moving parts, there's nothing really to break down in them. There might be your consumer unit, that might require some repair, but it's minimum. But the solar panels have no moving parts, they collect the light, and as long as they're clean, they'll generate it, and then you can use it. So just think, in 10 years time, you could be paying 40 or 50 pence a unit. Your solar panels will still produce you that electricity, and the bigger the ones that you can afford to get, the more you will cover how much you use in your house. So it isn't a bad thing. So don't treat it as a bad thing, and don't treat it as a very large expense. Yes, it is, but you will get money back. It's not just sitting there not earning you anything. It is producing something that you use. It is bringing you in an income, and it mightn't look much, but something is better than nothing over a time period, and you will get your money back over time. It won't be straight away, and I know how people like things straight away. But that is solar panels. So if you are thinking about it, then get them, because they will save you money. If you are on the fence and going, I really don't know, then get them. They will save you money. Maybe not today, it may take them a little time, but give them the chance and they will. Even selling your house, having a bigger amount of money, easier to sell, that benefits you. So take the step, find the right the supplier, find out about the cells, which ones will give you the best outputs, and then just get them on your house. Simple as that. So, please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you on the next video and hopefully save you some money the next time I do one of these videos. Bye for now.